Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. The very first thing I want to say is that I'm way too proud of that intro. It took maybe like 5 minutes to put together. I just think it looks really cool and really good, and I found that like London graphic, I think Adobe added to their like titles and graphics and stuff, and I found that one and I was like, I have to do this. So I spent maybe like 10 minutes max doing that. And it's like not even that complicated. There's nothing that special about it, but I'm so proud of it and it looks so good. So I have to brag about that for just a second. The second thing is that I don't think that I am going to be able to film a 29-minute voiceover. So I think partway through I'm just gonna let the music come back up and it'll just be music for the rest of the video. But if you don't want to hear me talk anyway and you just want to plan with me in real time, that is totally fine. Just feel free to mute and listen to your own music or podcast or whatever you want. I don't mind that at all. That's actually what I do with a lot of plan with me's. Especially if I've like watched them before, I'll take like a playlist of plan with me's that I've already seen, like put it in my watch later on YouTube, and then just mute them all and put on my own music. Just so it's a little bit more fun to plan and do all of that stuff. But anyways, I wanted to talk about something that I've been seeing in a lot of the bullet journaling Facebook groups that I'm in, which is like people who aren't planning or aren't like using their bullet journals during quarantine in this weird, strange time. I apologize, I'm distracted. There is a dog walking by that has pink paint in its hair, so I just have to laugh at that for a second and stare a little bit. Okay, it's gone. But anyways, yeah, I did want to talk about just why I'm still using my bullet journal and how I'm still using it. And more of the how happens like later in the videos. You can like see as I'm planning what I'm doing. But first, I think we'll get into the why. So I have ADD, and Ryder Carroll, the creator of the bullet journal, also does. And I started bullet journaling in my senior year of high school-ish. I started like getting into this community then, and I wasn't diagnosed then. And I kind of think it's interesting that like I found the system before I actually was diagnosed and everything. But this on like bullet journaling honestly keeps my head on straight. I talk about it all the time about how when I don't use my journal, it shows, and like I am much more like, oh my gosh, what the heck am I supposed to be doing today? Just kind of like all over the place and like nervous, and like I kind of feel unaccomplished when I'm not like checking off the boxes and writing down my list for every day. So bullet journaling is kind of essential to me, even though we are in this crazy time. And YouTube is being super funky with their like flagging of videos and everything. So I don't want this to get taken down or blocked or anything. So I'm not going to say the big Q word again. But just during this crazy time that we all know that we're going through, it's definitely been a godsend to have my bullet journal, and I've definitely used it more consistently than I've ever used it before, at least as far as I can tell. I hate habit trackers, so first of all, just having a habit tracker for April and like something to color in, even though there are habits that I literally haven't even done once on this habit tracker, it's just nice to at the very least get to fill in some boxes with color every day. So I think that's why I'm using it more than anything. But as you can kind of see also is that I hadn't used my journal for like 2 or 3 days when I was filming this, so I'm filling in like previous boxes of stuff, just kind of basing it off of memory, because I don't really care, honestly. It doesn't have to be perfect. I really, really don't care if the information is inaccurate. But yeah, just having a place to like put down and like track the days and everything has been really nice. But back to like the system and everything, the task list is like, it's like perfect. I love it, and I love using that system and putting in tasks and everything. And in a previous video, I talked about how I use my iPhone calendar which is the one that like syncs across my iPhone and my computer and my iPad. So I get like tons of calendar notifications, which is really annoying and I need to fix. But like in conjunction with that, like having an actual task list that doesn't require me clicking through a bunch of things and like clicking on this to look at the notes section of this and then going out of it and then back into something else to see what else I have to do. Just having that task list with everything in it is so nice. It just like organizing everything and handling 5 classes, now 4 since I finished one of them early. We had a paper for a final, so I finished my paper and submitted it because I was like, okay, I'm done with this. Like I'm taking 5 classes right now, so that one class is done. My second class, I have an exam either the Friday after tomorrow when this video goes up. I'll either have an exam that Friday or the Monday after that, so like, I don't know, 8 to 12 days away I have that last exam. And then in my management class, I think we have one more exam. Like we just finished doing all these projects. I don't really know what else he wants us to do. And then in my public speaking class, we have another speech. Apparently he like low-key assigned it today, but like we don't have that much time left in the semester, so it's probably going to be a little tight with that. I think I'll have one more speech and then I'll be done. And then marketing is like not really that much work. We just get like assignments and then we have a Zoom lecture every other week, so it's pretty basic. But like juggling all of those things is way harder to do than I thought it would be, being at home. So being able to say, okay, I have these things to do today, and there are even things that like I know that I'm not going to do them today, but I'm going to write them down in my task list anyway, because I can migrate them to another day, but I don't want to forget about them at the same time. So like I think I put marketing in my task list today, even though I know that I'm not doing it today just because I don't want to. It's not due until like next Wednesday. I know that there's like stuff that I'm definitely just not doing today, and I just like being able to just get it out of my head and not get to the deadline and have it like be something that I forgot about is really, really nice. So now more into the how I use my bullet journal. We're gonna go through a couple spreads in this video, and I'm actually gonna pull out my bullet journal because we are 8 minutes in and I'm definitely not gonna be able to talk for another 20. But on this page, you're about to see me cover up a mistake because I make mistakes. I cover it up with that avocado picture, which I think is adorable, by the way. I love pink. I actually don't eat avocados that much, but I'm getting sidetracked. So basically what you're seeing me set up now is a YouTube plan for post-moving. So I just came up with a bunch of different categories for videos that I thought I'd like to make once I moved down to Norfolk. And at the end of the video, I'm just kind of like brainstorming through all of those ideas. And now the page is full. I think I cut off the video before I had finished filling it up, just to have like a nice little outro. But I just wanted a space to do that because I have so many ideas for that time, but I also don't know when that's happening. Right now, I'm really hoping that it happens in June. I don't know what's going to happen in the world. I don't know how long this is going to last. I don't know when I'm going back to in-person classes, but I still want to move really, really badly into my own space. As much as I love looking out the window at my parents' house every day, I know that I need to be prepared for that move and everything, because with that move comes doing all these new videos, streaming on Twitch again, opening the shop fully, which might happen on a small scale now that I'm still home in Pennsylvania. But opening the shop like fully won't happen until I move to Norfolk. So like not all of my prints are available right now, or will be available. Only a few stickers are going to be available. I'm working on new things for some reason. I decided to to do something new today, which is probably really stupid. Like there aren't going to be tons and tons and tons of stuff. There aren't going to be tons and tons and tons of products in the shop right now if it opens before I move, is what I'm trying to say. But there are like so many things that are going to come into play then that I want to be prepared, and I want to be able to go in to my stuff, into my calendar, and say, okay, I'm doing this video then, and I'm streaming then, and this is what's happening then, and this is my time to edit, and this is my class time, and this is my homework time. So I do have a schedule for the summer, and I think in the next few days I'm going to start playing around with that. But again, like, I don't know about moving or anything, so I'm planning on having May just be videos and no stream regardless of whether or not I'm moving, and then I'll plan June as if I have moved and I'm starting streams and everything. So I'm going to play around with that, and there's a lot to work on with that. But that's why I made this spread, is because I need to get all those thoughts out of my head, which is like 90% of why I have a bullet journal. And then on the left-hand page, I make a little weekly, even though it's Tuesday when I'm making this video, or filming this. Yeah, it's Tuesday, and I made a weekly anyway, because I haven't made one in a really long time, and I decided that I kind of roughly wanted to map out my week-ish, but like not really at all. There's literally 4 things in here. I decided that I wanted to do some of my assignments on certain days, just to kind of, I don't know, add a lot of extra free time, because I'm really not doing anything in any of my classes. So I put like days for when I wanted to do like which assignments and stuff. And then on the next page, I don't know, oh, I'm fanning the page. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. But on the next page, I basically just set up the pictures the way that I wanted to, and I wanted to try something different, but like it honestly is exactly the same as every other spread that I've ever done. Basically what I do is I pick like 4 elements for each page, so that's like a common theme for each spread, not for each page. So I'll take like 4 pictures is usually what it is, and then I'll pick a washi tape, and the washi tape will go like over or under or something like that. And with this one, I've never used these round pieces that I have. At my apartment, I have this like circle cutter thingy that cuts circles. And I've had these circles just like in the pockets of my bullet journal. I don't have the case on right now. But I have like a thing that has like a bunch of pockets in it. And I've just had these circles in it for so long that I wanted to try and use them for something. So I wanted to do like a pink and blue kind of spread, but I also wanted to use my Procrastinator Co. business card after all this time. And I show you guys the back of it if you're interested. I really love her stickers and art and everything. Lily is awesome. So I follow her on Instagram, and I'm trying to decide a couple of people that I wanted to start being patrons of, and she is number 1. I really want to join Sticker Club, but I'm going to do the $5 tier for right now. Getting sidetracked. But yeah, I like put her business card in here, and I knew I wanted to use that, and it kind of went with everything else. And I also just think it's cute because it's a cat. But I'm just picking my washi tape right now. I couldn't decide if I wanted to do black or the white checkers, but I ended up going with the white one because I like it. But basically this is just how I set up every spread. I don't really have a plan going into it. I do just on occasion when I notice that I'm running low or I want something new, that I'll go onto Unsplash and print out a bunch of the pictures and like cut them out and everything, and I'll just have like a printing and cutting session and just stick them in this little thing that I have, this like jar thing. And kind of the same thing with my papering printer, which is a thermal printer. On the previous page, I had that wave that's in the top right corner is a papering print. It's just like a black and white printer basically, and it prints onto like receipt paper. I'll kind of do the same thing with my papering printers. I'll just like go in and say, hey, I like this. I'll print it and then stick it in this little cup that I have, and I'll like pull out all my pictures and go through that cup when I'm setting up spreads. And now that I'm playing with that cup, the tape is coming off. It's dividing everything. But there are like there are literally tons of pictures in there, and I really need to stop printing out new ones. But I'll literally just like pull out a bunch of them, say, hey, these ones look cute together. What washi tape do I want to use? What Tombow do I want to use for my headers for that set of time? Because it's not usually like a Monday through Sunday kind of thing. It's usually like maybe like 6 days max, but usually it's less than that because usually I end up writing in something that has nothing to do with anything. Like with the previous page with the YouTube plan, like all of that space was meant for more daily task lists and everything, and I ended up saying, nope, this is what I need to get out of my head right now, this is what I'm going to do. And then so I paste all of them down and everything. My tape runner ends up running out of tape at some point, I think when I do the big picture, but I cut out all of that excess time and everything. That's the only reason why this video is slightly less than 30 minutes. Is literally because I cut out a minute of me running upstairs to go get more Tombow tape. And yeah, that's about it. Pick a color, pick washi tape, pick pictures, and that's about it. And then I just go in and do my task list like normal. I don't do anything special for them. But one thing I do want to say before I go is that I'm in a bullet journal for beginners group, just because I kind of like being able to like answer questions and give people advice. And also they have a lot of really good ideas that I never would have thought of for like spreads or habits and stuff like that. So it's nice to like exchange ideas that way. One thing that someone was asking or saying was that she felt overwhelmed by everything in bullet journaling. And I just want to say, first of all, I've been doing this for like 3 years. Okay, like more than 3 years at this point. Like just over 3 years, so like a solid 3 years at this point. And it has taken me so long to like accumulate all of the stuff and like my style and all of this. I think I still have it up, but I might not. My very first bullet journal, I did a flip through of it and I was like, what the heck was I thinking? It was a lined notebook. I think I did a lot of drawing in it. I can't even remember. I don't think I pasted in that much stuff. But I kind of got into pasting stuff into it like later on and later down the line. And that's kind of what led to where I am now with pasting in pictures on every single page and like washi tape and thermal printing prints and like music note paper and like book pages and all of that kind of stuff. Like it's taken me a while to get to the point where I am. So my suggestion is really just to start with the basics and figure out what you like. Because when you really break down my bullet journal, it's literally just monthly spread, habit trackers, random spreads, and task lists every day. That's literally it. Like it's not a complicated system or anything. So you just have to start with the basics and figure out what you like. But for the next 10 minutes or so, I think I'll leave you guys with the music. I hope that you enjoy the rest of this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
I could have swore you loved me more. the two of them. Oh, you couldn't see it from the outside looking in. Put on a face to make the place seem a little less blue. It makes you hate the person you've turned into. I could have swore you loved me more. The fights we fought, we've swept the floor. I couldn't see that you would speak. Can we make up before you leave? I can't believe the sound that the door made as she left. It's really quite okay because I normally can't hear a word she said. I can't believe the sound that the door made as she left. It's really quite okay because I normally can't hear a word she said. I can't believe the sound that the door made as she left. It's really quite okay because I normally can't hear a word she said.
Better get on.